But here at this breeze, you're watching the breeze. And you're about to watch my 5th game of Jeopardy for the Nintendo 64, in which right now I have a 4-game winnings total of $40,000. Let's see if I can add on to that total. I've won $10,000 in each of my victories. Let's see if I can add on to my $40,000.
Welcome to your favorite game of answers and questions. We know who the contestants are, so let's go to work in the first round, the Jeopardy round, which has the one daily double. Categories for you are as follows.
We're going to be dealing with literary women, poets and poetry, 18th century America, artistic quotes, musical instruments, and finally, bodies of water. Literary women 100. She dedicated Frankenstein to her father, William Godwin. Who is Mary Shelley?
You got it.
Literary women 200. The Steep Ascent About a Perilous Flight was the first novel by this wife of a famous aviator. I'm not too sure about this one, so I'm going to hold back. It was Anne Morrow Lindbergh.
Pick again.
Anne Morrow Lindbergh. Literary women for 300. This author of Ship of Fools claimed she was a descendant of Daniel Boone's brother. It was Catherine Ann Porter.
Select again.
Literary women for 400. This author of The Age of Innocence was the first woman to receive an honorary literature degree from Yale. It was Edith Wharton.
Pick again.
Edith Wharton. Let's pause out that category. British author known for her creation, Adam Dalgleish. I don't know this one. So once again, I'm going to hold back. P.D. James. P.D. James.
Select again.
Alright, the next category is poets and poetry. 100. Lord Byron's poem, The Island, was inspired by the mutiny on this ship. What is the Bounty?
Right.
Poets and poetry for
Select
200.
again.
From 1835 to 1854, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was a professor of modern languages at this Ivy League university. Okay. What is Harvard?
That's a correct response.
Poets and poetry for
Select
300.
again.
He began elegy written in a country churchyard after the death of a friend, Richard West. I'm not too sure about this one, so I'm not going to ring in. Thomas Gray.
Select again.
Poets and Poetry for 400. He wrote the humorous verse, I don't mind eels, except as meals. I don't mind eels, except as meals. I want to hear from Maudie. Who was Edward Lear? Nope.
Gosh, that's wrong. Anyone else?
I'm not sure about this one. Ogden Nash.
Select again.
Poets and Poetry for 500. I never spoke with God nor visited in heaven is from her poem, I Never Saw a Moor. I don't know this one. Maudie. Emily Dickinson?
You got it.
Yep.
Make a selection.
Bodies of Water for 100. The widest entrance to this sea is the Yucatan Channel between Cuba and Mexico. What is the Caribbean?
That's a correct response.
Bodies of Water for 200. The evaporation rate of this body of water in Israel and Jordan is reported at 1/2 inch per day. What is the Dead Sea?
That's a correct response. Select again.
Bodies of Water for 300. St. John, New Brunswick is the largest city on this Canadian bay, known for its high tides. What is the Bay of Biscay?
No, sorry.
Ooh.
Anyone else?
It's not Hudson Bay, I don't think. The Bay of Fundy. Yeah.
Select again.
Bay of Fundy. Okay, Bodies of Water for 400. This arm of the Mediterranean reaches a depth of over 16,000 feet just south of the Peloponnesus. Oh, I think I know this, but... What is the Tyrrhenian Sea?
Sorry, wrong. Anyone else?
Why don't I try it? I'll say, what is the Aegean Sea? No? The Adriatic?
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else?
All my money gone. The Ionian Sea.
Select again.
Ionian Sea. Let's close out the category. At 420 miles in length, this African lake is the world's largest freshwater lake. What is Lake Victoria? No.
Sorry, wrong. Anyone else?
I'm in the hole now. That's not good. Lake Tanganyika.
Pick again.
Okay, let's try 18th century America for 100. In 1774, New Jersey citizens dressed as Indians for the Greenwich Tea Party, which resembled this 1773 event. What is the Boston Tea Party?
That's right.
18th century America for 200. This famous flag maker was the 8th of 17 children born to Samuel and Rebecca Griscom. I'm not too sure about this one. It's Betsy Ross.
Pick again.
18th century America for 300. On October 25th, 1784, Abigail Smith married this attorney. Who is John Adams? Achoo! Achoo! You got it. Yes. 18th century America for 400. The first theater in the American colonies opened in 1716 in this colonial capital of Virginia. What is Jamestown? No? How about Roanoke? No? How about Norfolk? Roanoke? Okay, let's try another one. Charlottesville? No. Fairfax? No. Richmond? No.
Sorry, wrong. Anyone else?
I named as many Virginia cities as I could think of. Williamsburg, Virginia.
Select again.
18th century America for 500, please. Benjamin Franklin's brother James founded this colony's first newspaper in 1732 in Newport. Oh, I got locked out. Rhode Island, and that was my guess.
You got it.
Yeah.
Make
Too
a
late.
selection.
Okay, artistic quotes for 100. Someone said of his The Last Judgment, such things might be painted in a voluptuous bathroom. I'm not doing too well this game so far, but hopefully I can defend my championship. But hey, even if I don't win, $40,000 is still a pretty good run. We're looking for Michelangelo. Michelangelo.
Make a selection.
Just a quick 200. Miro called this mobile sculptor the tough guy with the soul of a nightingale. Marty? Who was George Segal? I don't think so.
Gosh, that's wrong. Anyone else?
Alexander Calder. Alexander Calder.
Make a selection.
Staying with artistic quotes. Okay, 300. John Singer Sargent supposedly said, "Every time I paint this type of work, I lose a friend." What is a portrait?
That's right.
Artistic quotes for 400. Stevie Smith wrote of this artist, "See how Theotokopoulos throws on his canvas colors of hell." Jen rings in. Who is El Greco?
You got it.
Yep.
Make a selection.
Gotta finish off that category. Degas said of this American impressionist, "I will not admit that a woman can draw so well." So we know the Daily Double is in the musical instruments category, but in which dollar amount? We won't know until we go to that category. It was Mary Cassatt. Mary Cassatt.
Make a selection.
Musical instruments now for 100. Tiny versions of these metal instruments are worn on the fingers of belly dancers. What are cymbals?
That's a correct response.
200.
Make a selection.
It's the smallest member of the family of instruments that includes the cello. What is a violin?
Right.
300.
Select again.
Oops. The strings on a Japanese kobo are made from this fiber. I meant to pick the $300 clue, but that's okay. Excuse me. What is this? Silk.
You got it.
Now 300.
Select again.
Which I meant to pick a second ago. The body of a banjo is round. The body of a balalaika is this shape. I think it's triangular, but I want to be sure.
That's right.
And the last clue is mine because it is the other daily double. It is the daily double around.
Answer the daily double.
I'll go for all of it. For $1,600 if I'm right. Since the 15th century, it has had three main parts. The sound box, neck, and pillar. The pedals are 18th century. What is the harp?
Right.
So I finished the Jeopardy round with $1,600.
For the double Jeopardy round.
Double Jeopardy starts now.
Remember, we have two daily doubles in this round to play.
In which we'll start with Mahdi.
Categories for you are as follows.
This time around, we're going to be dealing with fire! Astronomy and space. Monopoly. I love that game. Parks. Guinness records, and finally, the 1920s.
Make a selection.
Parks for 200. This New York honeymoon site has parks named Devil's Hole and Whirlpool. What is Niagara Falls?
You got it.
Parks for 400.
Make a selection.
A passage linking the Flint Ridge cave system to this Kentucky cave was discovered in 1972. I'm not too sure about this one, so I'm gonna not ring in. It's Mammoth Cave.
Make a selection.
Mammoth Cave. Parks for 600. This Florida city's Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park contains an Indian burial ground. What is St. Augustine?
You got it.
Parks for 800. It's Arkansas's only national park. What is Hot Springs National Park?
That's a correct response.
Right.
Select
Just
again.
Hot Springs. Parks for 1,000. Windmill Island Municipal Park in this Michigan city has the USA's only operating Dutch mill. I would say Detroit, but that's too obvious. I think it might be Ann Arbor, but I'm not going to risk it. It's Holland.
Select again.
Good thing I didn't go for it. Okay, fire for 200. After Rome burned in 64 AD, this emperor rebuilt his palace on a colossal scale. Who was Nero?
Right.
Now, fire for
Select
400.
again.
Maria Theresa ordered La Scala built in this Italian city after fire destroyed the old theater. What is Milan?
You got it.
Fire for
Select
600.
again.
This theater burned in 1613 when a prop cannon ignited its roof, but was rebuilt within a year. What is the Globe Theater?
That's right.
Fire for 800. In 1947, fire destroyed most of Bar Harbor on this state's Mount Desert Island. Bar Harbor. Now, where is Bar Harbor? I ain't got a clue. Correct response, what is Maine?
Select again.
I'll finish it off.
Answer there. One of the 2 daily doubles.
I'm going to wager 600. For a total of $5,000 if I'm right on this clue. Over 2,000 died in 1863 when the Church of La Campagna burned in this Chilean capital. I could have gone more if I wanted to, but I didn't know what the clue was going to be. What is Santiago?
That's a correct response. Select again.
$5,000. I'll take astronomy and space for 200. The largest of these on the moon appear to be meteoric origin. The smallest ones volcanic origin. What are craters?
That's a correct response.
Astronomy and space for 400.
Select again.
In 1994, this country launched its first domestically designed and built rocket from Tanegashima Island. Okay, I'm going to take a guess and say what is Japan?
You got it.
Astronomy and space for 600.
Select again.
To the disappointment of many Star Trek fans, this first shuttle never went into space. I'm not too sure about this one. What is the Enterprise? And that was one of my guesses.
That's a correct response.
That's right.
Make a selection.
Okay, the 1920s for 200. On the 5th day of the 5th month of 1921, she introduced her number 5 perfume. Who was Coco Chanel?
That's a correct response.
1920s for
Make a
400.
selection.
Named for a South Carolina city, this dance was the rage. What is the Charleston?
Right.
192600?
Select again.
He came to power after leading his black-shirted fascists on a march on Rome. I'm not too sure about this, so I'm not going to ring in, but Marty's going to try it. Who is Benito Mussolini?
Right.
Yep.
Make a selection.
Monopoly for 200. Name of the square on which you start. What is Go?
You got it.
Monopoly for
Make a
400.
selection.
It's the maximum number of houses you can have on a property. I believe it's 3, so I'm going to say, what is 3? No.
Gosh, that's wrong. Anyone else?
Oh, man. Well, it's been a while since I played Monopoly, so... 4?
That's a correct response.
Okay.
Make a selection.
The 1920s 800. In 1927, this American birth control pioneer helped organize the first World Population Conference. Okay, a Jen rings in. I have $40,000 in 4 games. Who is Margaret Sanger?
That's a correct response.
Yes.
Select again.
Monopoly for 600. Color group that includes Marvin Gardens. I believe I know this, so I'm going to try it and say what is green. No.
Gosh, that's wrong. Anyone else?
Like I said, I haven't played Monopoly in quite a while. Is it yellow? Yeah, that was my second guess. Yellow.
Select again.
1920s 1,000. Condemned earlier to internal exile, he was banished from the USSR in 1929. Who is Leon Trotsky?
You got it. Make a selection.
Let's try Monopoly for 800, please. Early in the game, it's recommended to pay this amount to get out of jail. Later, try the dice. Ooh. I think it's like $1,000 or something. I think it's $1,000, but I'm not sure. No, 50. You pay 50.
Make a selection.
Let's close it out. Waterworks has a faucet on it, and luxury tax features one of these. What is it, Treasure Coast? No.
Sorry, wrong. Anyone else?
Like I said, I haven't played the game in so long, so I don't have a clue. A diamond ring. Oh, derp. Strongman Space 800.
And so the other daily double.
Let's do 400. This orbiting telescope is controlled by radio from the Goddard Flight Center in Maryland. What is the mirror? I don't know.
Gosh, that's wrong.
It's the Hubble.
Make a selection.
Let's close out the category. Laika, the first canine cosmonaut, flew aboard the second of these Russian satellites in 1957. I think I know, but I'm not sure. What is Mir?
Sorry. Anyone else?
I'm going to try it and say, what is Sputnik?
You got it. Select again.
Guinness Records 200. Currently, she's the longest reigning queen in the world. I believe it's Queen Victoria, so I'm going to say who is Queen Victoria.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else?
Not Queen Victoria? Elizabeth? The second?
That's right.
Okay.
Make a selection.
400. On September 6, 1981, a man in Finland caught one of these thrown at a distance of 317 feet and 10 inches. It didn't break. What is an egg?
That's right.
Wow.
Select again.
In terms of personnel, China currently has the largest army, and this country has the largest navy. If I were to guess on this one, I would say the United States, but I don't really want to risk it. It is the United States. I would have been right.
Pick again.
A cookie made during the 1992 Ripen Fest in Wisconsin included almost 4 million of these. Chocolate chips? I don't know. I want to say chocolate chips, but at the same time, I don't really want to lose any money. And I would have been right again.
Select again.
Let's close it out. 1969, it was recorded that a group of these birds dove in the ocean to a depth of 870 feet. Emperor penguins. Okay. Final Jeopardy time.
All right, players, start thinking about your wagers for Final Jeopardy based on what you know about this category.
Category is state capitals. Okay. If Maudie gets it right, she'll go up to 1,050. Jen gets it right, she'll go up to 2,550. I'll take a chance. 4,200.
And your Final Jeopardy answer is...
It's the only Utah city with a population exceeding 100,000. What is Salt Lake City?
Let's see if our contestants were successful? What did you put down as your response? You got it.
And I'm glad I took a risk because I am right once again.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Oh, no.
You got it.
It is Salt Lake City. I wagered $4,200, so I go to $10,000, which results in a 5-game winnings total of $50,000.
Thank you for playing Jeopardy. Let's do it again real soon.
We shall.
Thanks, ladies. Good game.
So another game of Jeopardy for the Nintendo 64, where I pull off another $10,000 victory. I took a chance and it paid off. Once again, that 5-game winnings total is $50,000. Oh, excuse me. So I will be doing the 6th game in the future. At this point, it's going to take me a while to get to $1 million, but that's okay. And I'll see y'all for my next video.
Let's do it again real soon.